Hey guys, it's your girl Princess with Princess Show, and if this is your first time ever watching any of my videos, well, thank you so much for watching me, right? And if you are a returning family member that has been showing me just the love that I was needing, thank you so much for tuning in as well. All right, so before we even get started on the topic that you clicked on, because there's a reason why you clicked on this video, because this question has been asked many of times, right guys? So before we even start the topic, go ahead and show your girl some love. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. I promise everything is free. I'm not forcing you guys, but go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It lets me know that you enjoy the content that I'm providing you, and it just also helped me out on the direction of what you guys are needing, right? So let's get straight into the video. So I'm gonna go ahead and answer this $1 million question. I feel like this question has been asked so many times, and I feel like other YouTubers has been trying to answer that question, but it's a very broad question, and I'm going to specifically, point that out into this video. What I would ask for you guys is, if you know somebody that's moving here in Mexico or to Merida altogether, please go ahead and share this video over to them, or just share it to a location that you know that people will get that answer. And I hope that I am answering this to the best of my knowledge. I am not an expert, but I will do anything for the people on my channel, so all of their worries and all the stress that they have is a little bit down, right? So let's get to the question, right? So the biggest question is, can you work in Mexico? So the answer is yes, no. So it depends on your visa. So you have a work visa, first of all, you have to go through a lot of paperwork just for you to be able to work here in Mexico altogether. You could work here on the tourist visa, but there is different laws about that. And if you want a video about that, I can go in depth about that. But I'm just gonna I'm gonna provide you with tough love on this video, because I feel that that's the only way that you can give people the honest feedback, is by tough love. So here it is. If you're coming from the States and you want to move here, or you're trying to find a job here, I feel like you're setting yourself up for failure already. The reason why I say that is because the value of a dollar, a US dollar, is stronger than peso. So I hope that you guys are understanding. The value of a dollar from the US is stronger than a Mexican peso. If you're coming from the States and you have a skill, or you just have something that you can provide to the community, bring it down. You're probably asking, Princess, how? Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna provide you with this free information. So I think I've touched base on this with Barbara, and there's gonna be another video specifically talking about work as well on Monday. But I feel that, let's say that you join Facebook, okay? Facebook is free, right guys? We have so many different groups. We have brothers and sisters of Merida. We have different groups that is in Facebook that you can actually join, right? These groups, you can go ahead and say, hey guys, I'm a barber, or hey guys, I'm a certified trainer, or hey guys, I am a teacher. I offer this services. Is there anybody that is needing this? Is anybody, children needing this? You know, that is how you go ahead and not want to move out of the country or just make this leap out of faith, is they're afraid to network. And the biggest thing is that's how we all are able to get to where we are needing to go. So if you don't know how to network, what I first feel like you need to do is you really need to sit down and say, what can I provide to the country that I am moving to? Okay, so that's what I first feel like you need to do. First, really be honest. Is there a skill that I have? All right. Now you're probably saying, well, Princess, I don't even want to deal with that. I just want an employer. I want a job. Okay, and I completely understand. As I mentioned, the value of the dollar is stronger than a peso. A lot of people here are even struggling to find, a lot of locals here are even struggling to find a job, okay? Not all of them are struggling, but a few are, right? So if you think that you are wanting to live this lavish life, yes, it's doable, but you will, basically what I'm trying to say is you're gonna be working 20 times harder just by the Mexican peso to actually be able to get what you're trying to get. And if you feel like you're gonna make the same amount of money that you made inside the States, or let's even talk about Canada or the UK, you are really not there. I'm making a video about fantasy and reality, okay? And so that is not reality right there, okay? So once again, if you're trying to come here and you're trying to get a job here, just suspect that you are going to make lesser than the amount that you made in the States. And also, you know, I really wouldn't understand why you would actually do that in the first place when, especially if you're a US citizen, you have so many different options available to you, right? And you're probably asking, Princess, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Well, let me give you a little information. So there's a thing called Google, and on Google, there is a way that you can type in for different online positions. It's Indeed, Career Builder. What else do we have? We have remotejobs.com. There are so many different platforms that you can find online work, especially since the entire country, maybe like 80% of the country, don't really quote me on this, is online, right? So if you are looking for online work, the web is your friend. That is the biggest thing when people ask about work. I'm just like, go on the internet. How did you find about people moving to Merida? On the internet. So this is where you're gonna find your job, on the internet. And I'm not trying to be sarcastic or anything, but everything is on the internet. Now, you're probably like, okay, well, I'm looking on the internet and I'm not really finding luck. I completely understand. So what I will say is, one of the places that I use and many other people probably use is Upwork, UPWORK. I will put this on the bottom for you guys. What I will say is start an account. Start an account, and what you're gonna see is there's gonna be a lot of employers on there. Some is only going to be for US based. So I really would say, I won't say to shy away from that, but I will say if you're interested in a position, it's always great to actually type up a nice letter explaining to the employer what you can offer them, and basically that you're making this move to this other country, Merida, Mexico, and that you are able to you can still provide them the same service as if you were inside the States, right? So you need to make sure to sell yourself. It's all about selling yourself. You have to understand, people online, they do not know you. They don't know where you came from. They don't know if you really was an excellent employee. They don't know any of these things. They only are going based on your resume, off your cover letter. So first thing I will tell you is build a nice cover letter. Explain to them on that cover letter who you are, what can you provide, and also put in, hey, I am going to live in Merida. Now, I don't want you to do this while you're in Merida. I need you to do this while you're in the States, while you're in the UK, while you're in Canada. I don't need you to just be jumping over here and then try to find a job, because we're gonna touch base on that on the end of this video, so please continue to watch the video. So while you're writing this letter to them, you wanna make sure that you're providing, you being upfront with them. I believe in transparency. So I believe, the worst that somebody can say is no. But that doesn't mean that your work ethic is not great. It doesn't mean that you as an individual is not great. It just means that they just didn't want to take that risk. They didn't want to take that chance on you. So let's move it on, right? So once you build your Upwork account, you have the availability to find employers that are in the UK that will hire US citizens. You gotta understand, Upwork is for freelancers, all right? Basically, you're self-employed, you're out there, you're basically sending out a proposal to these companies and telling them, hey, this is how much I will work per hour, or this is my bid to you to work on whatever project. And there's so many different projects. So hopefully I just made that clear. Hopefully I provided you guys with a little bit of information that can help you guys out, right? There's also Arise. Arise is also a call center platform. Now, I don't know if they theoretically allow you to work overseas, but it's a good chance for you to actually just go and take a look. So Arise deals with Home Depot. They also deal with Carnival. They also deal with so many other different platforms that I research on. And that's something that you can actually do your research on and feel like if it's a better fit for you. Other one is Kelly Jobs. Kelly Jobs also is a temp services, but they do offer positions. One thing I've seen that they offer was Apple, and that is another position that you can actually do more research on, guys. This is all the information that I found online. So if I'm able to find this information online, guess what? You guys can too. So these are some of the jobs that I was able to find. Also, I really would like to touch base on Indeed. There are different employers on Indeed, but I also want to circle back to Facebook. The reason why I'm circling back to Facebook is because Facebook has so many different employers and there's so many different ways that you can network. Especially, I'm going to go back to hence groups, right? So if you're a part of the community, to Merida's communities, brothers and sisters, I'm going to mention them because they have been great with informing people with different services that people can offer. Those are communities. There's also remote work everywhere, work expat groups for jobs. So these keywords you can put into Facebook and you can find these communities. And let me tell you, there are a lot of people that are looking for jobs. There are a lot of people that will reach out to you to say, hey, I see that you're in Merida, Mexico. You're on Central Time. Are you looking for at least part-time? You never know, but you have to put yourself out there. So I'm going to touch on this last one. Before you even decide to make this jump to Merida, Mexico, one thing I want you guys to do is, if you are with an employer right now, as I'm speaking, go to your HR and talk to your HR and ask them. Don't tell them where you specifically want to move. Just ask them, hey, I have a quick question. If I wanted to go ahead and move to another country, is that a case where you guys will be okay with? Some of them will say yes. There are a lot of people that is here that their employer gave them permission to actually move to Mexico, right? So one thing is actually going ahead and talk to your HR and speaking to them. You never know. It could be a yes. And if it's a no, that is perfectly fine. But at least you know what you can and what you can't do, right? So if your employer say no, this is your time to strategize what you want to do. Do not just leave out from wherever you are and come straight here. I'm going to emphasize this so many times in this video and you're probably going to get tired of it. Please do not just leave by impulse because you know, you want to live your best life and you just want to live this dream life, sit down. Just sit down. Just sit down, okay? Sit down, okay? Now, if you want to move to Merida, go and sit down, make a plan. Your plan is, I'm gonna put at least about 10 jobs applications per day. Yes, per day, I said it. So if you want those 10 positions, go ahead and put those 10 positions out there. You never know how many people is going to answer back to you, right? So you wanna make sure that you put those applications out there. The reason why I said so many, like 10 application, is because I'm always a person, like, I like to see which one that I would prefer, especially, let's say this one is paying you this amount, but their benefits is not great, especially if you're looking for healthcare and what's not, okay? So you can do 10, you can do 5, but for me, you know, I did like 10 applications. So I would say go ahead and do at least 10 applications. Put 10 applications out, at least possibly per day, okay? It's not hard, especially if you're already online, go and put 10 applications out there. Once you have done that, let's say that you get a call from the employer and you talk to the employer. First thing first, what I like to do is I like to always initiate the conversation is, hey, I would like to be transparent with you. I am very interested in this position. However, I am looking to move to Merida, Mexico. Would this be a deal breaker? Because I would hate for us to take up any more of your time than anything. Majority of them will say, no, you know, unfortunately, we're unable to because of tax reasons and et cetera, et cetera. And then you might run into somebody say, oh, well, yeah. And the thing about it is, once they say yes, that is your time to sell yourself. You have to make yourself so amazing that they're like, you know what? Yes, they're moving to Mexico, but I feel like they're gonna be great. They're gonna be attentive to their work. They're gonna be a person that's gonna be dependable. You have to sell yourself. Like, if you don't get anything out of this video, it's like, sell yourself. Sell yourself. Like, legally, right? But sell yourself, okay? Once you get that perfect, you got the job, they already said, let's say they can give you an offer, perfect, now you have a job. The reason why I'm saying get a job before moving here is because I would prefer you to get the job, already have the job down pat, and the job, you already know your scope of duties, instead of you like coming out here looking for a job, let's say it doesn't go well, or let's say that you haven't found your place yet. Let's say that you haven't found, you're still living in Airbnb, and let's say the Airbnb internet is not the strongest and you need to start the job. You want to make the first impression the best impression, right? It's the lasting impression altogether, right? So you want to sit in your home comfortably. So that's why I said find a job before you move here, because at least by the time that you move here, you already know what you want. So you already can reach out to Barbara with Merida Moves, and you can already like list to that realtor, hey, this is what I'm looking for during this time frame, X, Y, and Z, right? So that's what I really would say. But my last thing I would like to just really let you guys know is, even by you having that job, and I know I'm not trying to contradict myself or anything, but even by you having that job, have a saving. I'm really a big person about talking about savings. Have at least a year worth of savings. I know some people say, 6 months, but I really would say for me was a year. And if you're a person that have kids, I really would say a year, right? Because anything can happen. If you do not like Merida for any reason and you want to leave, you have enough money to leave. And even, especially if you're coming back to the States, you have money to go and look for another apartment or look for a new house, to rent or whatever you choose to do, right? So have enough savings just in case the employer you did get in the States or in the UK or in Canada or wherever you're from doesn't go well, you know, hey, I do know how to look for a job. I know how to talk to these employers now, and I know I'm very marketable because I put myself out there. All right, guys, I hope that the information I provided you was informative enough. I know a lot of people has reached out to me on my Instagram, and there has been some people that has been very rude, that has reached out to me on my YouTube about jobs. There will be another video with me and Barbie from Merida Moves in regards to the same subject. So it's probably going to sound like I'm repeating the same information, but she's also going to provide you with feedback as a local here in Mexico. So if you guys are interested in that, go ahead and subscribe to this video. Make sure that you hit that notification bell to get the latest updates, and I will see you guys soon.